Hello Cambly family, it's Susan here, one of the teachers on Cambly. Today I'm here to give you some top tips on how to pronounce those tricky silent letter words. So what are silent letter words? They're words which contain letters that we do not pronounce. Now don't be mistaken, it's the sound of the letter. So that letter doesn't have to come at the beginning of the word, it can come in the middle or the end. There are so many common silent letter words in the English language. It's a huge topic. So today we're going to look at part 1, silent letters, A to H. So the theory, we don't sound out the letter A when it comes before an L-L-Y at the end of a word. For example, artistically, artistically, logically, logically, musically, musically. And here's a couple of example sentences. He thinks logically. She is musically talented. Let's now look at B. So the theory, we do not sound out the letter B when it comes before a T or an M. Let's look at some examples. Debt, debt. Subtle, subtle. Crumbs, crumbs. Thumb, thumb. Uh-oh, like many things in English, there are some exceptions to the rule. So obtain and remember are 2 exceptions. Let's see if you can find any more. And let's make a couple of simple sentences with the examples before. Please clean the crumbs off the table. My thumb hurts. Now, let's look at C. So the theory. We do not sound out the letter C when it comes before an I, E, Y, or after an S. Let's look at some examples. Muscle, muscle. Scissors, scissors. Science, science. Yacht, yacht. Let's make a couple of simple sentences. I prefer science to art. I wish I owned a yacht. Now, let's look at D. The theory. We do not sound the D when it comes before an N or G. Here's some examples. Wednesday, Wednesday. Sandwich, sandwich. Handsome, handsome. Edge, edge. And let's make a couple of really simple sentences. I would like to have sandwiches for lunch on Wednesday. Don't go too near the cliff edge. Now, let's look at the letter E. So the theory. We do not sound out the letter E when it comes at the end of a word because the E changes the sound of the vowel that comes before it to a longer sound. Let's look at some examples. Cute, cute. Hate, hate. Mate, mate. face, face. Breathe, breathe. And let's look at a couple of simple sentences. Her dog is so cute. I can't breathe. Please, can you open the window? Now, let's look at F. Oops, there isn't any. Well, I haven't found any. Have a search. See if you can find any and let me know in the comments. Now, let's look at G. So the theory. We do not sound the letter G when it becomes before an N and after a vowel and before an H. Let's look at some examples. Sign, sign. Align, align. Champagne, champagne. Foreign, foreign. Through, through. Though, though. Oops. Again, there are of course exceptions to the rule, and magnet and signature are two exceptions. Can you find any more? Let's make a couple of basic sentences with the examples from before. I would love a glass of champagne. The windows need cleaning. I can't see through them. Now, let's look at H. So the theory. We do not sound out the H when it appears after a W and often at the beginning of a word. Let's look at some examples. What? What? Why? Why? When? When? Air? Air. Honour? Honour. Hour? Hour. Ghost? Ghost. Oops. Again, of course, there's some exceptions to the rule. So, who? Wholesome? Whoever are exceptions. Let's look at some examples from the ones we mentioned before. What would you like for dinner? I think I just saw a ghost. Well, that's a short introduction into how to pronounce those tricky silent letter words. Now it's time for you to go ahead and practice. I'm on Cambly 6 days a week, so if you'd like to join me for a class, click the button below and have a look at my schedule. You can always send me a message. If you don't know about Cambly, Cambly is an amazing platform. It works 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, all around the world. So you can literally connect to a native speaking tutor in a time zone that suits you, at a time that's right for your learning. Well, good luck with that learning, and I hope to see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.